it's just I don't know, man. I don't understand at all what Epic is doing. Like, I have no idea what their game plan is.
It seems to me that Fortnite is in big trouble, and I know you know it too, but will the release of Season 2 be doomed to fail, or will it blow up and save the game? Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today I want to talk about the upcoming season and Ninja sharing his thoughts and expectations for Season 2 later in the video. So stick around, you don't want to miss it. But before we dive into it, like and subscribe right now, check to see if you have notifications on so you never miss an upload, and of course it helps me out, so I greatly appreciate it. Again, you guys know that Fortnite is super boring right now, and even to the point that a lot of players are saying that the game is dying. With Season 2 right around the corner, Epic finds themselves in a position where the expectations for a new season are extremely high. In all of Chapter 2 Season 1, there was only one item added the entire season, being the harpoon gun, and recently the unvaulting of launch pads in public matches. The Fortnite player base is so used to the old ways of Epic with weekly updates and frequent additions to the item pool. Chapter 2 Season 1 tore down those expectations, and I personally think that this season might be one of the most boring seasons we've ever had, while ironically being one of the most balanced. I love that Epic removed a lot of the useless items from the game and added 100% chest spawns, but this season has shown us that having a mostly balanced game without any new content such as map changes or item additions to the loot pool makes for a pretty lackluster experience. But maybe that's all about to change. Season 2 is less than 2 weeks away, and we're all eagerly waiting in hopes of something big to come along with it. In the most recent 11.50 update, Epic Games implemented the Unreal Engine's chaos physics system, but the majority of the community can't notice any differences in-game at all. To clarify some things that I've been hearing lately, this is not a new game engine. Fortnite was developed on the Unreal Engine, and now they have implemented an additional system of that engine, the chaos physics system. But why would Epic implement this new physics system if it seemingly made no changes to the game? If you ask me, Epic implemented the new physics system in 11.50 to test its stability and work on bug fixes prior to the release of Season 2 on February 20th. Which means we may still get some insane changes to structures and in-game physics with the release of a new season. I've been seeing a lot of theories on what new changes could be coming to the game, but the big question is this: will it be enough? Ninja on stream the other night shared his thoughts on the upcoming season and what he thinks about Epic Games. Let's take a look at that.
After them releasing the engine, yeah, I don't know. I think the season is going to be very pretty average. And by average, I mean I don't think it's going to be as godly and god tier as people think it needs to be now. This update's not going to change Fortnite that much. You know, the engine's not going to change Fortnite that much, blah, 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 blah. And now here we are, and we're playing on the engine right now currently. Like, I don't understand at all what Epic is doing. Like, I have no idea what their game plan is. To make the community wait 110, 120 days to add any mobility, they finally threw us a bone, tossed us a launch pad for content, but to really, like, honestly, what feels like deprive everyone of what they're used to. A lot of updates, a lot of new weapons, a lot of content, and then for the physics engine to be not as drastic as we all thought the change was going to be. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're gonna do. And with the information that we're given right now, I don't see anything crazy happening. I don't see any crazy map changes. Epic has never just completely changed and blown up a map like for one season, like this early on in, you know, like it usually throughout the entire season something is happening, right? Which leads us to a huge map change. There hasn't been any storyline this season. It's just been like little events, you know what I mean? Well, we're now in the Valentine event, and there was a Christmas event, and then there was a Halloween, was like pretty cool. But like nothing that really was affecting the map and changing it, you know? No cube, right? There was no cube. There was no floating island. There was no monster tracks. There was no big massive robot being built in a volcano. There was no, I mean, maybe they'll be able to do it. But I find it very hard to believe that within the next 12 days, Epic's going to be able to, like, hype some crazy shit up that's going to change the map and really make Fortnite Chapter 2, Season 2. I don't think Epic's taking notes, dude. They're doing, bro. They have to. They've created the greatest, most amazing video game, literally, and the most famous, popular game of all time. know what they're doing. They kept up with the updates. They changed the meta. They changed the game. They're so intelligent. Something's coming. I don't know what it is, but I believe that I believe in them. I believe in Epic. Yes, they've added silly little things like the mech and the airplanes and stuff like that, but they ended up nerfing the airplanes towards the end of the season, and it was tolerable. Some people even missed the airplanes. The mechs were probably the worst thing they've ever added. But then they gave us a whole new canvas, Season 2, right? Or Season 1, Chapter 2. But now it's up to them to prove that they know what they're doing. This new season is going to be really huge, man.
A pretty interesting take from Ninja, saying he thinks Season 2 will be average or not as big as people think it needs to be, while also saying that he believes in Epic Games. And I gotta say, I agree and disagree with Ninja. I personally think Season 2 is going to be absolutely huge and bring with it a lot of changes to the game. Now, I do agree that I believe in Epic Games. I think they're actually super smart in the way that they do things. I don't think it was their intention to let Season 1 become as boring or as stagnant as it did, but in pursuit of something greater, I think Epic Games went dark and got to work on all the new things we'll hopefully be getting in the new season. I just can't imagine Epic would delay a season's release for as long as they have for nothing. It's often been theorized that Epic intentionally makes poor decisions in order to fix or change things for praise, and while I do believe there's some truth in that, I wonder if that's what's being done here. Have we really been playing a boring season by design? And if so, what will Season 2 bring? Because it needs to be huge. They simply wouldn't inform us of a new physics system in-game for nothing. They told us it was coming to help them bug test and report issues in order to get ready for Season 2. For now, I'll stick with my theory that box fights will be changed forever once the new physics system changes the way structures react to damage. Again, imagine being able to destroy portions of builds rather than just lowering the structure's HP, forcing players to stay on their feet rather than being able to sit behind a wall just turbo building. You would be able to make players vulnerable to damage through broken structures, which would drastically change box fights and alleviate some of the issues with advantages in ping. I love to hear from you guys, so I made a poll on Twitter asking if Season 2 will blow up and save the game, or if it'll be a failure, and as of right now the results are pretty split. I know for me personally, it can be hard to have faith in Epic and expect the next season to be a success with how boring Season 1 has been and how bad some of the previous seasons or decisions were, but Fortnite is my favorite game and I just want to see it succeed. I can't wait to see what's in store for Fortnite Esports 2020, and hopefully it'll be soon that we get a World Cup announcement and a season that has a lot to offer for all players, old and new. But before we wrap up the video, I briefly want to discuss Search and Destroy in Fortnite and if new competitive game modes could create a new market for players who aren't particularly a fan of building in Fortnite. Looking forward, I think the success of the game comes with providing a fun experience for a variety of players, including those who don't enjoy the build-focused Battle Royale. With the Search and Destroy competitive test events we saw this past weekend, I wouldn't be surprised if Epic works to create more maps and modes, such as Team Deathmatch or King of the Hill, to create a team-based playlist for more traditional FPS fans to enjoy within Fortnite. I've been thinking a lot of the implications of running a competitive test event featuring the names of FaZe and 100 Thieves. This could open the door to a future competitive demand for team-based modes and creative in order to fill a more traditional esports-like competition. Imagine your favorite teams in esports competing head-to-head. FaZe versus Team Liquid, RBK versus TSM, 100 Thieves versus Sentinels. I dream of a day where professional organizations can collaborate with Epic Games for an esports series of cosmetics such as team skins within the game. One of the biggest issues for organizations in the past have been getting proper representation and advertisements for their players within the competitive scene. There have been a few instances where organizations' logos were blurred out on a broadcast, or an organization's signed player wasn't allowed to wear their team's jersey at an official event. In order for the esports ecosystem within Fortnite to survive, it is imperative that a team and organization can define tangible value for having signed professional players. These new creative game modes could be a fun addition that could do just that without some expectation for these modes to take over in a major spot within Fortnite esports. But as always, I want to pass it to you with the question of the day. Will Season 2 save Fortnite, or will it be a failure? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I love Fortnite. It's my favorite game, and I hope that my faith in Epic isn't misplaced. I understand why Ninja might be reluctant about Season 2, but all we can do is wait. So thanks for checking out the video. I truly believe that Season 2 is going to blow up and be amazing, and I hope that I'm right. I appreciate it again, and I'll see you on the next video.
Does the beat take you over? You just come.